Milan Rebels grew up in the suburbs of Atlanta
I moved up here to go to college.
in a difficult racial environment.
I was the only black person in my graduating class.
She didn't have trouble adjusting to a predominantly white institution like Michigan State.
A part of them getting to know me and me getting to know them, we have learned to appreciate each other's differences.
But she did have trouble dealing with an incident her freshman year.
Worse situations have happened than someone just writing the N-word. At first I thought it was a joke. And then I'm like, okay, no, that wasn't a joke. I was like, wait, did somebody really write that?
Rebels decided not to report this incident to the police.
I really just felt alone. I really didn't feel like I had anybody to stand up for me, and RHA really didn't really help. They just kind of were like, okay, take your whiteboard down.
But the number of reported incidents has increased. An FBI study showed Michigan was ranked 4th last year for most hate crimes in the United States.
We focus a lot on the South because of the civil rights movement and so on. But the Midwest is just as racist because you had people who came from the South to the Midwest. So did they stop being Southerners just because they moved to the West? Of course not.
Dr. Rick Stevenson is a professor of African and African American studies at Grand Valley and says a hate crime can be defined many different ways.
If we define a hate crime as a violent act towards someone based on a bias, whether it be race, sexual orientation, gender.
Incidents like Milan's continued as the year went on, which prompted an effort to ban these whiteboards on all dorm doors and all dorm hallways. The ban went into effect this fall.
Does it suck that we can't have something as innocent as a whiteboard outside of our dorm? Because sometimes people write very positive things on it, but of course the negative outweighs the good.
Senior Jeremiah Grant believes Michigan State is not doing enough to help its students understand racial issues.
I think to get people more aware, we should treat race the way we treat sexual harassment here on this campus, giving people the opportunity to report it and feel safe about it, but also following up on those reports to make sure that students don't get retaliation.
Many student groups work to help students with cultural sensitivity, having events like this one called Waking Up Black.
Just getting the ideas of how African American students feel on campus, the climate of the campus being black.
Rebels also got involved with the Black Caucus in her neighborhood when she lived in Wonders Hall.
This is what I went through, and I felt like if we made more of a difference in the community, then student like me wouldn't feel so alone. And so I got elected vice president that day.
And she has advice for anyone else who has been a victim.
Don't let that define your perception of a group of people. Don't let something like that make you generalize a group of people, because that only embeds hate in your heart.
In East Lansing, I'm Angel Thompson, Focal Point News.